Before we get into today's video, I want to let all of you know that there is a standard video on the Magic the Gathering Arena official YouTube channel. I will probably put a link below in comments, description, maybe even if I figure out how to do a card, it will be right here on the screen, but I'm not very proficient at those things. Anyway, if standard is your game, if that's what you want, I did make a standard video. It did release today. It is brand new footage. Make sure you check it out on Magic the Gathering Arena's official channel, and that should be coming every Monday on that channel, so subscribe while you're there. Into today's stuff. Hello and welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB, and we are playing Kaya, the intangible slayer in Historic Brawl, Kaya 7. And if you're wondering about the consecutive days of Historic Brawl, is my channel a Brawl channel now? No, but I do have arrangements with other YouTube channels, one of them CoolStuffInc.com, and one of them Magic the Gathering Arena's official channel, to make videos for them every single week, standard videos specifically. So every Monday, a video comes out on the Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube channel. Every Sunday, a standard video comes out on the CoolStuffInc.com YouTube channel. So if you want standard, or if you just want your double CGB, like you Ultra Mega fans, you ultimate cool kids, I see you, thank you. Check out those channels. Make sure you subscribe to them, and anytime you see this smug punchable face pop up in the thumbnail, make sure you click. It does support the channel more than you would believe. Like a lot more if you watch those videos on the other channels. So thank you to all of you who check that out. It means a lot. And those who don't, please consider it. It really helps. All right. Kaya 7, Historic Brawl. 3, white, black, hexproof, 6 loyalty, +2. You lose 3, I gain 3, 0. You draw 2, and each opponent may scry 1, -3, exile a creature or enchantment. If it wasn't an aura, create a token that's a copy of it, except it's a 1/1 white spirit creature with flying in addition to other types. She ghosts you! She takes your creatures and she turns them into ghosts. That's where the clever title comes from. I hope you like it. It's a reference to like when somebody stops texting you back. It's bad if you explain the joke. Anyway, this deck I've had a lot of fun tuning. A black-white control deck, not using blue. I know, off-brand. Of course I miss blue, but it's a really fun, like, super powerful, definitely can win a game on its own kind of commander. And in Historic Brawl, those are really fun to bounce off other very powerful commanders. So really loving Kaya here. I built the deck in a few ways. I built it as a Super Friends deck with a ton of Planeswalkers. I built it as an all-out control deck, just remove everything, much like we saw the other 5-mana Kaya was in recent weeks. Last month, I think I did that. And now, here we are. I've decided that Kaya, Intangible Slayer, wait for it, as a 7-mana commander, is a ramp strategy. So what I found that actually works the best is to ramp up into Kaya as fast as possible and then play it and then make more mana and play Kaya again if they actually deal with it, because it's so hard to deal with. It gives me kind of the Niv Mizzet Perun vibes, where you can play Niv as a control commander, or you can just ramp into it, make the opponent deal with it, and oftentimes they just can't. So that's what we're doing here. We're just ramping up into Kaya and other impressive sized planeswalkers. You can see all the changes to the deck on the untap.gg profile if you really look for it, but we want to board wipe the opponent, we want to get a lot of lands, we want to remove their favorite things, and we want to dump Kaya onto the battlefield where she can't easily be attacked down because she has hexproof, and then just kill them. Just wreck them. If they play something good enough, we ghost it. Otherwise, we just draw cards or +2 and drain them out. It's good. It's a fun, good time. You're going to love it. Let's dive in. Let Kaya's nonsense begin. All right. Showdown of double black-white. Oops, all legends over there. Day of Judgment, not particularly great against it, to be honest. I could mulligan for ramp. I love this card so much, though. So I keep. Ratadrabik is... We're definitely in a territory where we need to visit this commander because, man, you can play things like Skrelv. There's just so many disruptive little legends. This is a decent card if we get to 5 mana, because there is that pesky Ward 2 on this card. Tome of Legends. Okay, we can fracture that, or we can draw. I think I'd rather just draw to keep up with them instead of shutting down their draw, because we needed our land drops to be able to kill this and pay Ward. Also, their rock has 1 draw in it right now. Ours has 3. No land, no land. Land. Can't do it, baby. Grr. Guess I'll drop the Destroy Evil as there's no clear targets yet, but this Mana Tithe might catch something. Go for it. Go ahead, opponent. Yeah, we just have to use it here, or we might fall too far behind. Would have loved to hit their commander. Come on, land. Okay. We up in this. In my ramp/land deck that has... Yeah, we have a ton of mana sources basically in this deck. It's weird to struggle this much, but Arena does Arena. Elenda the Duskrow. So whenever a creature dies, gets a counter. Whenever it dies, make vampires. Okay. Best to kill it while it's small. However, it's not attacking right now unless it just runs into a bank buster. So I think it's fine. I don't think we have to solve this right away. We can keep fixing our mana. So we have some double white cards, so let's get another white source. And pass turn. We can play defensive here. We've got the Slayer. Ratadrabik. Two mana open, huh? Is that protection for Ratadrabik? We could try to exile Elenda. I like that. This also might pull a protection spell out of the opponent. Infernal Grasp your own is pretty slick. Didn't really think about that one, but that works. So here's a vampire and a new Elenda. These are all tokens though, so we'll see if the opponent can add another legendary to the battlefield. If they can't, Day of Judgment can be good, although this dying makes more vampires. Oh my goodness. Good times. Hexproof, buddy. You're gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way and attack, which is exactly what I'm hoping for. Ooh, okay. We have a fracture. It's okay. It's okay. But do you minus? No. No way. All right. Rise and shine. Draw from Tome, sure. Any attacks into the Buster? No attacks into the Buster. All right, sweet. So, we need to kill the Liliana. If this is on the field when these things die, it's a lot of card draw. Then, drawing this land was crucial. We need to get rid of the Elenda. I want to use Oath of Kaya to do it and save Infernal Grasp for later, but I could save my treasure. We might need the treasure. Pick your Day of Judgment or your Wrath of God. The opponent is actually really thinking about whether or not to command zone Ratadrabik, so maybe they've got a reanimation spell in hand. Something to keep in mind. Or are they salty that their stuff died and they didn't get a bunch of value from it? Could also be the case. You salty? Come on, don't be salty. You did the sweet thing with the Infernal Grasp on the Elenda. You know, it's kind of what I gotta do to stop you, you know. Can't just let you run me over. What's the fun in that? I mean, I get a card. That's nice. I'm gonna Thought Seize you as well. Rise from the grave. You were acting salty. You had the solution. Let's plus so that Kaya is set up to do another minus on whatever the opponent plays. I also have a Icing Death Frost Tyrant, 4/3 flying Vigilance. Turns into an equipment if it dies. And they have a Lord of the Accursed, because Ratadrabik turns everything into zombie tokens. So you can play some zombie synergy. Well, now the opponent's definitely going to be salty. If they were roping me before, they should extra rope me now. I feast on rage quits, man. I made you that upset? Nice. Bye. On the draw against Atraxa, the Grand Unifier, we've got a lot of mana, but no ramp, and just going 1-for-1 against Atraxa is a disaster. So we need to look for really one of the best hands. We've got to be very picky. This has a Vessel. This is not the best hand, though. I guess the Duress. We just have to top deck a 2-mana. A 2-mana mana rock, and I think we'll be okay. So if we get that lucky, then we can play this game. But you got to keep up with Atraxa on ramp. Your spell needs to resolve because they're a blue deck, so Duress is important. Opponent should wait until my turn to crack this against a black deck, because now say they draw the best card possible here, we get to Duress it because of their timing. I don't usually wait though. I'm often too impatient for that. Oh, I hope they drew that Explore. That slows them down. This is the deck full of absolute bangers. They do know about the Elspeth Conquers Death, which that is a good solution to a Coma, good solution to a Yasharn if we decide to solve that. Honestly, Kaya is an excellent solution to a Coma. Opponent has chosen their land. Did they draw a ramp card? Because if they did, obviously they probably run like 15, maybe even 20 in this deck, so drawing one isn't insane, but you really hope that they don't. And they pass. No action. I can do that too. Yasharni? Yasharn. Alright. Destroy that evil. Just try to keep the opponent nice and chill so that we can drop the Vessel into the Kaya. And hopefully get ahead of Atraxa here. The best thing about playing against Atraxa is if you can be ahead of them on mana and get a Kaya down, they might play Atraxa. You just minus your Kaya, exile their Atraxa, and get your own draw a bunch with mana open. That's a very interesting draw, right? But it doesn't get us to 7. It gets us to 6 with 2 lands in hand. Rather, 6 next turn. This gets us to 7 next turn. Let's make the opponent have the answer. Yeah, the good news about the orb is they can't just blow it up the way they can the Vessel. And they're not doing much with their turns, so the odds of them having a way to kill the Vessel are pretty good. Like, they drew something. At least it gets us a land. Okay, not playing the Elspeth Conquers Death. Let's drop the orb. Played around a mystical dispute there with the orb. It's possible we shouldn't play around it and let it get mystical disputed and then try to top deck, you know, or we wouldn't even have to top deck, just draw the land to play the Kaya. All right, the opponent with a little ramp card here that doesn't get hit by ECD is a problem. They definitely have mana open that could mess with our Slayer. They're thinking about using it though. Thinking hard. Brain cells be burning. And it's Liliana with 1 mana open. Letting the shields down a little. And they know about the ECD.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
So do I want to play the ECD next turn or the Kaya? I think the ECD. So let's crack the orb. I want an untapped land. No, wait, there'll be 7 lands on the battlefield next turn. We can grab the gates. I'm surprised Liliana's in this deck. Maybe it's a reanimation deck, like what's in standard. But Liliana is good in decks that want to reduce resources, and Atraxa needs a critical mass of resources just to cast the commander. You can see, like, they are still deciding what to discard, whereas they definitely should have had that in mind. Okay, they chose a land, sure. A little bit punished by keeping the gate. I'm kind of greedy there for the value. I could have played Connections and ECD if I had done it differently. Man, this is so tempting, though. Just get it down, get a draw 2, 6 loyalty. Opponent can't do much about it. We can deal with Liliana in the future and have this sitting on the battlefield to exile the Coma or the Atraxa. It has hexproof, so the Coma coil can't mess with it. Yeah. The only danger was wash away, and I don't see it. So let's just do a draw 2.
I've done my research.
Sometimes Magic isn't as simple as just kill the thing that's on board. Not always. A lot of times, yes. Sometimes, no. Now let's see if the opponent can punish me in some way. Hexproof, baby. Here's Atraxa. Right into the Kaya. And we see Swords, Liberator, Root, Clock, some Mana Dorks. Look at all that mana production. Probably take the Liberator because of the ECD. Also makes our black market connections worse. Definitely taking the Clock. Probably the Otawara. Yep. For creature, they chose the Liberator. Ah, they play it as a land. In that case, leave it in the deck. I assumed it must mean they have another land. Leave it in the deck if you might use it as a spell later. That's one of the best things about the card.
We all have things we'd rather forget.
I can get rid of the pathways here and still have all the mana I need. Plus, I'll probably hit another land from copying their Atraxa. Dark Ritual, huh? All right. We thieve.
May you die.
Let's go. To the moon. All right. Mind Spike over Wrath of God. Demolition Field. Or a land. Demolition Field. Mana Tithe, Edict, go for the throat. The tablet for sure. This is the tough one. And this can, for 2 mana, remove Liliana. But also can catch something later. How about countering Atraxa? Revealing the Mana Tithe means they're not going to walk into it, but it does mean their Atraxa has to chill for an extra turn. I don't like revealing it. I think they can play around it. Let's take the Edict. Feels good. Play this. Spike them. Time Warp out of there. Love that for us. Okay. ECD. I think I make the Liberator kill it, and then Black Market Connection can do work later. And if we have... I really do want to copy the Coma, so if they play it, that's fine. Even if I lose Kaya doing it, I can potentially get it back. So maybe I do want the Liberator to target something else. Yeah. If the Liberator targets the connection, this can get back the Kaya. So let's play the connection. Play the tablet. Get an oil counter. And now it's the opponent's turn to throw some haymakers. Let's see what they do. Is this not the just most abilities a 1/1 has had in a minute? Root for more land. That was the other reason not to take Mana Tithe. They certainly can ramp their way through it. No gates? I'm disappointed. Clock starts ticking. So it looks like they're not going to play the Coma or the Atraxa here, so we need to set the Kaya up with a plus for next turn. Unless we want to put it in the bin and exile. I don't know. We can't. It has to be something the opponent controls, right? Exile target creature. If it wasn't an aura. Wait a minute. I can do this again? They have a swords. They have a swords. We have to watch out. If they commit that mana, we can do it. Oh, they're going to do it. They're going to hit the... Oh, my God. Also, we have Elspeth Conquers Death ticking up, so that would have protected us from swords, too. I think this works. I don't think they're going to... They have to top deck a way to stop it. Does this work? Is this legal?
I'm gonna make myself scarce. Time for
Oh, my God.
move on.
It is. I can just do that? It's insane. Oh my goodness. Okay. Draw 6. You'll love to see it. All right, here's my Gilded Lotus and my Smothering Tithe, because more treasure can be fun. This needs another counter before it's useful. And hold up removal? I could tutor, but I'm not sure what for. I like to save it till I know what I'm going to do with it. They have an upkeep stop. Interesting. Still costs you 3 if you want swords, and it's just on a 1/1. Yeah, take that draw. Here's the Smothering Tithe. You want to pay? You gonna pay? I think you can afford it. I never knew I could. I assumed this must be like non-token creature, but it's not. You can make one and then make another one. What a card. Lily. Okay.
This isn't your average zombie horde. Impressive, isn't
They
it?
know about the edict. I guess we'll just use it.
This looks like a fun new toy.
Can hit the zombie with the Nightmare. Idle off the top. Get Kaya. Oh, baby. With an extra loyalty.
I'll see this through till the end.
I mean, do I need more cards? Maybe I'm supposed to start clocking them. Yeah. Let's do that. Here comes the Nightmare. Go ahead and kick this and just keep stocking up mana for the rest of time. Very fun. Eternal Wanderer. So this is a creature or artifact. Too bad I can't blink this without causing myself some struggles, but let's just go ahead and send away their midnight clock until the end of their next turn.
Have a nice trip.
And just keep that a long way from ultimating, ticking to 12. All right, Coma, come on out. Come out and play with us. I would love to ghost scam you. Commit some ghost crime. Also, we can just make another Atraxa. But I'd rather make their Atraxa, because I know that you have to replay it again soon. All right, all these toys. It's not that great, to be honest. In terms of what you could hit with Atraxa, I'm not very afraid of these. And there's no way there in that hand to keep me from messing with their Atraxa again unless they want a Swords their own. Let's see if we can get around the Swords to Plowshares somehow. The Elspeth's Nightmare can take it. Yeah, that should be good enough. Eternal Wanderer, you get to bring back your clock. We draw, we tick up. Opponent does have the Boseiju now, but this resolved, so that's good. You don't want to see me do that again? Because I was having fun. Give me the survey, I'll smile for you. We are on the draw. We do have white, in theory, from Arcane Signet. We'll keep it. We have removal for creatures, and it's Gyruda. So Gyruda is a dangerous card for sure. I don't know. We'll try this. They reveal a Sphinx of Foresight to get a Scry 3. Pre-game actions. Like they hacked the Matrix or something. And a Fetid Pools to start the party. Try to save this Mana Tithe for turn 6. We cut off the first Gyruda. Their deck often gets a lot weaker. Alright, we want to play a tapped source. We could play the Slayer's Bounty, but I don't think we should be in a rush to do that. We should get our tapped sources out of the way early, and then play our untapped sources later so we can ramp even harder. If we had a land off the top and then go ramp, and then hit another land, we're already casting Kaya. Black-white ramp. They didn't do magic like this back in the day. But we do have to hit those lands. Okay, they metamorph the heart? Yeah. Why ramp when you can copy your opponent's ramp? Ooh! I could take out their ramp. Slow myself down a lot doing it though. What are they going to? 5 next turn? They play a few creatures, we wrath. No big deal. Although if we wrath next turn and don't draw a white source, we won't be able to hold up Mana Tithe. We'll see. There's their 4/4. Maybe we wait another turn on the wrath. That's not a white source. A little tricky, isn't it? Yeah, I think this is the way. So now they can't Gyruda next turn, and we can play the Slayer's Bounty and crack that. They have Chupa and Twilight Prophet. Okay. Hopefully they don't come up with some kind of a counter spell to our Day of Judgment. And hopefully we find another white source as well, so we can have Mana Tithe open after we day. After we day? It's a weird way to phrase it. How about we go Preacher after we have our Day of Judgment? There's Chupa Noopa playing around Mana Tithe. Maybe they see it coming. They don't have mana up to counter the Wrath unless it's like Swan Song. We go to 12. We crack Slayer's Bounty. We draft a card. Destroy target creature with toughness 4 or greater. 3 damage to a tapped creature. Creature can't attack or block. None of these are particularly juicy, are they? I'm gonna grab Collar the Culprit. And the card is a tapped black source and an untapped black source. Oh my goodness. We can Kaya here if the opponent untaps and jams Gyruda. But it is a really good Kaya. There's a little risk to it.
Get in, deal some damage, get out. Sounds easy enough. That's it. You gotta go.
If the opponent can remove the Chupa Dupa, they can kill the Kaya and knock it right off the battlefield. But this keeps us from having to cast Day of Judgment. And now we can cast it after the Gyruda if the Gyruda goes too crazy. Oh no, they hit Hostage Taker? Does that work on the token? And they attack the Kaya? Brutal. But it's okay. We're not as far ahead as we would be if we had drawn the white source. We're not behind either. They have a very expensive Kaya, they have a very expensive Gyruda. It's fine.
This plan failed. Let's go.
Such a negative Nancy, Kaya. This plan didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but come on now. I'm out here working. All right, I'm doing my best. I'll play this tapped. Let's not attack with the idol. Let's just go for the throat their Twilight Prophet when they play it. Mind Stone, yep. Oh, they're blitzing underdog. Okay. That's fine too. Not going to use my removal spell on it though. Untapped? Untapped. Rawr! Just start ticking up. Drain them. Keep our life total high. If they want to keep underdog blitzing this, that's fine. Against a blue deck, just make sure it resolves. And they're feeling the same way about Gyruda. Let's see what they get. I think I see a Siphoner, which can get back a spell. They whiff on my side, which is no surprise. Ooh, a Demon of Dark Schemes. Okay, then. I mean, I guess they really didn't want to pick something and have me Kaya ghost it. Not your first rodeo, eh, opponent? We're going first against Codie, and we have ramp cards in our opening hand, which is a wonderful feeling. I would love to ghost a Codie. We even have a way to kill the Codie cheaply, which is Destroy Evil. Explore into rampies, into... Let's go with the orb. If they play Codie, we can still ramp next turn and try to kill it with Destroy Evil. Skyclave Relic could still get kicked. Ooh. Okay. Gonna take the Destroy Evil on me? Take Smothering Tithe. No land drop, that's why they didn't take Destroy Evil. Okay. So let's crack this. Get our gate gaming on. Maybe this will be the game where we finally get to use our gate technology. Yeah, Kaya's ready. Play your Codie. I wonder if they knew that. I want a book. Always in for a good book. Alright, I can't cast permanent spells. This is fine. Maybe that wasn't the greatest. I kind of forgot there's a downside. Darn it! I wanted to at least squirm a little bit. So, what was I going to do? Destroy Evil my own Codie after activating it for mana. Activate it for mana, destroy Evil it, probably hit a Thoughtseize with the ability, and then after destroying my own Codie, I can, like, kick a Skyclave Relic or cast Eldest Reborn. Now we're talking. Adeline, an aggressive and dangerous commander with a Thoughtseize, a Mana Tithe, and a Wrath, and a Nightmare. I hope we can fend off. Actually, this is a very playable hand. It just has to... We've got to draw land. We've got to draw land. Hook me up with some land, and we'll be fine. Half land. That's great start. We top deck a land. Even better. What's your 2-drop? I see Manipulator. Weird. Gustwalker can be hit with the Nightmare. Banner is dangerous and I don't have a way to solve it. I'm going to take the Banner. Wait, what? That's not Gustwalker. It enters the battle. What? 2 mana equipment. When it enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 Thopter, then attach this to it. +1/+0. Equip 2. I've never seen this card in my life. Huh. Oh, now I think it is in paper. It is in my it is in my Modern Horizons 2 collection. And I still never read it. Fun. What can it do at instant speed? There's a stick there. You got some points. You got some hits on me. Playing around Mana Dive. Wow. Yeah, okay. I mean, here we are. I offer you card if this dies. You take deal? You take deal? You take deal. Yeah, there's no priority here. They're just playing on full control with mono white aggro. And these are choices humans can make. Yeah, you're saving the Thopter? Goodness gracious, okay. I'm so... What is happening? What are they doing? This is not the Adeline deck I'm used to. Well, we get to attack their hand now. Look at this nonsense. I mean, I could take the shelter, which I guess does turn off some of my cards. So yeah, enough of that. Enough protecting your creatures. That's disgusting. Just let them die like I hope they will. Bazinga. Gaea's Wrath. Aside, along with Farewell, I think like some of the best Wrath animations. Star of Extinction being S tier, but you know, just the purple. Also, Gaea's Wrath working very well with a Kaya is a nice touch. That is an Imperial Aerosaur. That is no longer an Imperial Aerosaur. Let's Mana Tithe something here. Or not. Keep playing around it. It's insane. Alright. Got a Bank Buster. Just gonna play a Bank Buster and say go. And if they don't give me something to Mana Tithe, I'm gonna draw. Battle Screech. Create 2 flyer. No! There we go. Pretty important counter spell. Create 2 flyers and then tap 3 flyers to flash it back. That's an army in a can. So where's my mana? Could have also played the bounty this turn, but I'm not in a rush to do that. Let's get the tapped idol out of the way. Adeline returns. Makes 1/1. 16. D-Spark hits nothing here. Let's grasp now. If we grasp right now, then they can't untap and cast Battle Screech. Hold up D-Spark and Bank Buster activation. Ginger Brute. Being overrun by nonsense. Is it trial? Are they going to put me on trial? Oh, come on. All right. So this is Trial of Solidarity. +2/+1 and Vigilance to all the creatures the turn they play it. And we're down to 10 against 3 creatures. So that's very bad. They go for Icy. Icy is fine, I think. But we need a Path to Peril or something. We just can't hit. Oh, goodness gracious. This can take the trial, but I go to 8, but I think we have to. Yeah, it be that way sometimes. Let's draw and de-spark. Because we can't have them tapping our pilot if we want to block with it. Okay, we get to keep the treasure. That's nice. Board wipes? I did draw 1. I need another. I need it very badly. This is getting out of hand. And they also have the Dunes, which is a +1/+1. We're going to make the brute unblockable, so our pilot holds off the soldier. We go to 5. 5. Okay, it's time. Let's go, Kaya. Targeting them, though, they can protect from it with the Alcide, so let's gain the life. And we also have the idol to block with. 1, 2, activate crew. We can play the bounty. If they attack the Kaya, it triggers Oath of Kaya, so we continue to pull away in terms of life gained. Homestead Courage, okay. I'm scared. It's becoming a very large flyer. Okay. Oh yes, attack Kaya. Attack Kaya, yes. Do it. Do it. Please do it. Thank you. It can battle screech this turn as well. So, I don't have to be blocking with Bankbuster. We can activate this. Who knows? Might draw, like, Fatal Push if that's in here still. Target creature loses all abilities, is a coward with base toughness 01. 5 damage to a tapped creature. Chant creature can't attack or block. You have to remember they have the Alcide, which is a big problem. I think I'll take the win. I'll take the win, I guess. Oh my goodness, I was about to lose to all kinds of nonsense. It's us versus Slimefoot. We do go first, but the navigation orb doesn't really hit, and then we don't even have white mana until turn 4, which could be bad, and we don't have a sweeper to recover with. Arcane Signet into Kaya's Wrath feels way better. Gotta always think out the first 2 to 3 turns, and if they're actually good. Are you doing something that gives you a chance? Don't think we'll need the Kaya's Wrath next turn, and the Murex becomes awkward because we only get 1 shot of colored mana, so hopefully we draw another land. Here's Slimefoot. So this one says, whenever a forest or swamp enters the battlefield, draft a card from the spellbook. The spellbook's a whole lot of fungus stuff. It's actually a really cool card that I hope to play for you sometime. And this turn, we're just going to be rude. And see if that alone takes the opponent out. Are they strong? Will they continue to play? Other Seed Treaty. Okay. Ramp it up. So the interesting thing about this is it's only 2 mana, which means you can play it in a green deck full of 3 mana and 4 mana ramp cards. And it can just be like a ramp deck full of like big, awesome creatures. I will have to play it for you guys sometime now that I'm actually sitting here describing it, because it is really cool. You can just play a whole bunch of green 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 drops even Ulamog, and a ton of ramp spells, and Slimefoot just produces value along the way. Anyway, looking at their hand, I think I'd take the Oracle as kind of the best overall card here. Let's see what they do with their turn. This is a Graveshifter, a Changeling that gets a creature back, so they might just get their Oracle back. They're going to Painful Bond. I thought they might Migration Path. But hard to tell exactly what they're up to. They cycle the Migration Path. Yeah, not sure what they were cooking with there. And now they scoop. I think you just cast your Migration Path and set yourself up for success. Anyway, I'm going to try to do that Slimefoot deck sometime in the future, because I think it is a very cool alchemy card, and it gives you value from ramping. And then you just have a bunch of huge, awesome ramp payoffs and a ton of bonus, like extra creature value along the way. On the draw, we have some not quite ramps. We also don't have a board wipe. Well, I guess Eternal Wanderer kind of counts. This is a risky hand to keep. If it were my second hand against Emmara, Soul of the Court, a very fast tokens commander, I would keep it. But it's my first hand, so we'll take the free mulligan. And this is definitely a little bit better, although I'm worried about the black mana. But the Murex is a one-shot of black, and the Demolition Field can become black. And that is black, so There you go. Here's Emmara. With the Path of Peril, I think what I do is play the planes and say go. The idea being that if they play a 3-mana card, we kill it, and then next turn cast Path to kill Emmara and the token. Yeah, that is a card we will kill. Too good. Emmara Soul of the Accord, though, very, very good token commander. Maybe I'll play it someday. There are times when I'm in the mood for such a deck. Some of you don't believe me, but it's true. So let's just keep them from getting too much traction early, especially on the draw. And they have a hopeful and a nothing. Love it. All right, Karn, you're going to start taking over. We want to make sure we hit every land drop on the way to Kaya. So Karn is amazing at that. Karn's purpose in this world is to make sure you hit land drops, since the opponent gets to choose. Attacking Karn is what we want to see. If they had a way to just remove it, we'd be a little sad. Shalai, good card. All right, so we have the Field of Ruin. It's plus. We want to plus probably every turn unless we know we really, really want something. And give us a Cling. This would be a good turn for a Thoughtseize, but Shalai's in the way. So this might just be Infernal Grasp on Shalai. I also want to get some black mana, and I want to blow up their Mirrex. It would be nice to get the tablet down or the treasure map, but I don't want to fall behind, and I don't want to let this Hopeful Initiate get much stronger. Ooh, that's a scary card. So is all this is a problem. I'm taking Toski. I'm taking Toski. That card scares me, but Cathar's Crusade isn't fine either. They get a Luminar Gas Pirate. Let's go. Here comes Hopeful.
Acting unwisely.
Keep plussing. Just keep plussing. Black Market Connections and the Eternal Wanderer. I'm sure they'll pick the Connections. I think they'll pick the Connections. Yeah. Alright, so what does this turn do? Slam Ugin? Make blockers. They can Swords it away and then attack for 4. But this would be at 5 and this would be at 5. So they're not getting there yet. Traction! And digging deeper for the sweepers we need.
I know more than you could learn. 1,000 truths.
And also we get this sweet boost in mana. The tablet won't generate mana until it has 2 or more oil counters on it, so don't worry about, just tap it for the oil counter probably as soon as you play it most of the time. Save yourself some priority. It's not a lot of reason to do it on the opponent's end step. There are some cards in the format that only target a tapped artifact, but it's probably just overthinking it if you're doing that. All right, Cathar's Crusade is on the battlefield. Every creature that enters from now on, they get a +1/+1 counter. That's bad. But we're about to go off. Oh, that's a blood on the snow. Yeah, they give us the partition for sure. All right, Swords you. Partition you. Opponent's probably leaving. There's the Connections. And that's that. Just stay ahead. If you stay ahead of their power and toughness with your Planeswalker loyalty, they're going to have a hard game. And we are back for a quick post-game wrap and a check on the stats. It's been a lovely Sunday afternoon playing Kaya, Intangible Slayer, and ghosting my opponents all over the place. I'm 20-11 with the deck. I'm doing 9-2 with the latest version of the deck, which is when I switched the deck from an overall control deck, a very, very slow and ponderous control deck, into a ramp deck. So the changes that got made, adding a whole bunch of mana rocks, I think really changed the direction of the deck, and it's showing in the win rate. My 1-4 against Atraxa colors should not surprise a ton of people. It's a very difficult matchup, but when you do win, it's very satisfying, and my best advice to you is to get your Kaya down. Try to use discard effects to take their counterspells. Resolve your Kaya before their Atraxa, because if they play Atraxa and fill their hand but tap out, and then you minus your Kaya, copy their Atraxa, and you have open mana, that can often shift the game in your favor. Thank you for watching this video. As always, I'll see you in the next video. Remember to check out the other, my standard video over on the official Magic the Gathering Arena YouTube page. Link should be like in the comments, maybe even description. And as always, you're cool.